Hello builders, welcome back to Build Together. This is day 179. Today's prompt is, what's an example of a deity or powerful creature dying in your world? What events were caused by this passing? And this is from Myco Man in the Discord and on TikTok. I added an event document for my timeline called Hunting the First Herald of Fonos. Fonos is one of the 7 demon lords, a member of the Hebdoman, specifically the Lord of Murder. Heralds are the demon lords choose people and sort of grant them some amount of power, and these are heralds for the most part. There's a little bit more detail there, but we don't have to go over it. First herald of Fonos ever. Now, Fonos heralds are strange. They become infinitely recognizable, and yet not really, they don't come to memory. It's like trying to describe someone, and you're like, I can't really remember the features of their face, and yet they're familiar when you look at them. So over around 3,000 years ago, there's this oral history of a lot of tales of the splintered civilizations that they all have these similar stories that this sort of unremarkable yet very familiar person shows up, helps out around the place, and then leaves in the middle of the night. And when they leave like dozens of bodies in their wake in a single night. Now, there's a lot of tales and stories of a large group of warriors that get put together of fit, able-bodied people to go and try and chase this thing down, because it became so consistent that people who would end up traveling from one settlement to another, from a homestead to a settlement or something like that, would have a story of this, and they realize that something's going on that needs to be stopped. At the time as well, the Crystal Guard was just forming, and so they used some of their power and influence to sort of sponsor this group a little bit so that they could learn more about what was going on with this thing, this sort of unidentified, whether it was a true monster or what it was. And this group finds what is now known to be Kiki Rafael and fights it. No one is really quite sure what it used to be, whether it was human or not. It's most likely that it was human once, but it takes 20 of these able-bodied warriors out. It was exceedingly adept at combat, and finally goes down to an arrow, and there's sort of an orally passed down quotation of the unknown archer who shot that arrow. It was as though I could feel the arrow strike my own heart when it fell. The unknowable features of its indiscernible face melted away to display a sneer so vile I immediately retched. I have done all I can to forget its face. In that despicable way I felt it blaming me for what had happened. The rest of the survivors tried to give me the massive stone that took up most of the space within its head, but I couldn't stomach the thought of having anything of that monstrosity among my possessions. I'm sure our sponsors are putting whatever it is to good use. What's an example of a deity or powerful creature dying in your world? What events were caused by this passing? Thanks for building together.